diffuse. Trade fights for better views. We both need something new. Maybe we should just tell them. I shouldn't think I is so good. So long to rendezvous. So long to...
Hello, high-minded readers, and welcome to the Books and the Bees podcast. Just like bees play a crucial role in pollinating flowers and sustaining life, books pollinate minds and nurture the soul. We see the connection between the two, the delicate dance of ideas and stories that enrich our lives.
I'm Cody.
I'm Hailey.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
It's episode 53.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did it. We're into our year 2
Yes.
of recording.
Oh my gosh.
Which
Officially.
is crazy. Officially. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
We did it.
We did it. Yeah. Now we have no exciting episodes until 2 years. There's no good number until, well, I guess like 75 is good.
Sure.
I don't know. 100 is going to be the next big one.
Yeah.
So we have a while.
Oh my gosh.
We have a while.
100 episodes? That's crazy.
Yeah. That'll be in like December of this year.
Dang.
Which I don't want to think about.
Yeah. I can barely like think about what the next week is going to hold. So, you know.
Yeah. Actually, it'll probably be in January of 2026.
Yeah.
2026. Wow. Damn.
2026. How are we already in 2025? This is weird.
That's crazy.
I'm going to be 30 this year. Ew.
Yeah.
But also kind of excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30's big. That 30's a big year.
It is a big year.
Yeah. I actually had a really enjoyable 30th birthday.
Oh,
so
that's good. Well,
yeah, we went camping and I woke up in the middle of nowhere on my 30th birthday. It was really nice. I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was good.
I don't know why, but the way that I like imagined that was like you literally waking up like in the middle of nowhere going, where the fuck am I? Not like you went somewhere and then like woke up like yeah.
Yeah, we camped at this lake called Lake Stanley or Stanley Lake. That's in Idaho. It's like 3 hours from where I lived, and it's beautiful. It's such a pretty place.
Wow.
And I loved going up there. So we went up there for my 30th, and it was really fun.
Right on.
Yeah, really, really fun.
That's so cool. I want to have like a death to my 20s because I feel like my 20s have just been like weird. I don't like it.
Yeah. I might have mentioned this before, but on my 30th birthday, like party,
mm-hmm.
my sister and my wife got this little thing that says "Dirty Fucking 30." I think.
I love that. I'm
trying to look at it. It's on my little cork board up here, but it's buried by stuff, so I can't see what it says. But it was good. It was a good birthday.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I
love it.
So yeah, exciting times. But we have a little while before we get to the end of 2025.
Yeah, we got to make it through January and each month after that.
Yeah. We got a while. Yeah. It's been a crazy week though, just like in general. With just a bunch of stuff happening. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, but TikTok, as of today, this is Friday the 17th. So unless something changes between now and Sunday, it looks like TikTok is going to get shut down. So we're kind of dedicating this episode to Booktok, and we're going to talk about kind of like our favorite things and give it a proper send off. Maybe it won't get shut down. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't, but it does seem like the writing's on the wall a bit. So yeah. I'm kind of sad about it, to be honest.
Me too. It was a big bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I really thought it was going to not get blocked, actually.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I don't know why I like continue to stay hopeful about things.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like so depressing, but I should have known.
Same.
When have they ever like upheld anything in favor of the people? Like, let's be real. Never. They don't give a shit.
So the only hope we have is President Trump, I guess. That's like the craziest thing I've ever said in my life. But yeah,
never
I guess
say never.
Everybody can do something good, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he did something during COVID, right before COVID. What the fuck did he do? Like, something very brief before Biden got elected. And I was like, well, that's something, but I don't remember what it was. So maybe it wasn't memorable enough to actually have an impact.
I don't remember.
Yikes.
I don't remember. Yeah.
And I do not like him. Just to square that away
Yeah,
right
neither
now.
of us do.
Not a
Neither
fan.
of us do. Yeah.
Don't agree.
Definitely not looking forward to it. Definitely not looking forward to the new administration. For sure.
Yeah. Scared. Scared is a light term. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if he can prevent TikTok from being shut down, that is not enough to make him a good president, but it is something.
It's silver linings.
Yeah, it's like one piece in the corner of good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Rough. It's rough.
It's rough out here in these parts.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, should we talk about what amazing books we're reading?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to start, Hailey?
Yeah, I'll start. Nothing's really changed. I'm just further into the same book that I've been reading.
Yeah.
I need to finish it. I might actually, after I finish this book, unless it leaves off on a cliffhanger, I might just start another book, just like totally. There's a few books that are coming out, and I think one that I don't remember if it was in February that it comes out though, but I have a couple books that I'm waiting for in the mail that should be coming out soon. So I want to read those. So yeah.
So this is Tragic Bonds, right?
Yep. Still Tragic
And
Bonds.
it's not the last book in the series. There's another one.
Yeah, it's the 5th book in the series of 6.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're getting to the tail end of the series.
Yeah, I'm almost done, and I'm just like, okay, I'm losing steam rapidly.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's tough. It can be tough. That's kind of why I have a hard time with series, I think, is because I can get lost at the end of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, what are you getting into? What books are you reading?
Well, I'm actually continuing a series as well. And I've talked about it before. I won't get too crazy in it, but the Dungeon Crawler Carl series by Matt Dinniman. I just actually finished today the audiobook of book 3, which is called the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook. Really good. This one actually started off a little slower for me. I didn't super love the way it started. And so much happens in these books that it's hard for me to remember, even though I've basically reading them back to back. But I really liked it. The audiobook is tremendous as always. It's really good. And I just it's just funny sci-fi. If you don't remember, the premise is basically Earth gets turned into a intergalactic reality TV show that's like an apocalyptic.
Oh, yeah.
Apocalyptic. Having a hard time saying that word. And so Carl gets entered into this dungeon with his cat, who's a show cat named Donut, and she ends up turning into a talking cat named Princess Donut. She's very funny. It's a great series. I really, really like it, and it's so much fun. Looking forward to book 4. I'm doing it on Audible, so I have to wait for my credit to come in next month, but really, really enjoy it. The other book that I'm reading is actually an arc. Thank you to NetGalley for allowing me to read this arc. It is The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. I feel like I've talked about TJ Klune a lot on the podcast. He is one of my favorite authors, probably in my top 5.
Wow.
And this book was so freaking good. It's different from his other books in the sense that it's not so much cozy. It does actually have some tough scenes. I will say check content warnings for it. There's some pretty aggressive, I would say, content with this. Death of parents, things like that. Definitely look into it before you read it. But it was really heartfelt. I actually cried at the end of it. It was very emotional. It's a beautiful story. It's about this guy named Nate Cartwright who his parents die and he ends up visiting their cabin in Oregon. He's lost his job, doesn't know what he's doing next, and decided to go back to this cabin and take a reset. And there's a strange man and a little girl who is in the cabin where they're not supposed to be.
Yikes.
And stuff happens. Yeah. It's still got some TJ Klune coziness to it, so it's not definitely completely out of left field, but it is a little bit different. There is a honey scale rating to this. I'm going to give it a solid 2. So there is some on the page action, I'll put it that way, but it's not incredibly all over the place. So I'm going to give it a 2 on the honey scale. But it's really good. I really liked it. The book comes out February 4th. It's actually been published before, and it's being republished, which is really cool. So you might be able to find a copy of it from the OG publisher, but it's being republished by Tor, and the cover is beautiful. It's a great book, and I highly recommend it. So put that on your TBR to purchase it when it comes out.
Hell yeah. I love that. And I'm so excited that you got to read an arc from one of your favorite authors. That's so cool.
I know. Yeah. And I told this to Hailey already, and I'll mention it here. I also got an arc for the next Stephen Graham Jones book, and
Hell
I'm
yeah.
so excited. It's called The Buffalo Hunter. I haven't read it yet, obviously, because I literally just got the approval today. But
That's so exciting.
I'll probably be talking about it in the next few weeks. So,
Man. Killing it. Killing it in the arc game.
Well, I lost my 80% badge
Oh,
because
shit.
now I have four.
Oh.
I have 4 freaking books to read.
Lame.
And I'm like, bro, come on! I just got one approved. Like, how am I supposed to? How are you supposed to take away my badge?
They should only do like approvals versus, or not approvals versus, but like out of the books that you've read, like
Yeah.
what you've completed, not like what you've been approved and then what you've completed. That's silly.
Yeah, like before their due date, they shouldn't
Yeah.
count as
Yeah.
books you haven't done.
Yeah.
Because I think that's stupid.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. It's
Yeah.
really annoying.
Crazy.
So I probably will read an arc soon just to keep that badge because I feel like that's the only reason I'm getting books now is because of that. So
Oh man.
it's annoying. It's so annoying.
What a fickle game.
Yeah. Come on, Nat Galley. Get your shit together.
Yeah. Have a better system.
Yeah. Do better.
Yeah. I wonder,
Be better.
you know what I think that they should do, or I don't know if they do this already, so whatever, but this is just a suggestion. But like, why don't they have the authors like vet people? You know what I mean? Like, not that the authors have time to do that, but you know what I mean? Like, have some sort of back and forth between like who's reading their books and like,
Yeah.
so that way it's not like, I don't know, based off of like a rating system that like if you're not meeting that like 80%, that seems like such a, I don't know, the benchmark just seems like it needs to be reevaluated as far as like what
I
the
agree.
parameters are.
Yeah, and I don't know because I've been approved. We've both been approved for like good books.
Oh, yeah.
That maybe we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
And I think part of it's the publisher.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the publisher makes the decision, right? And they're the ones that are like,
Yep.
oh, look, this person does not have this badge, so we're going to say no to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been told no to every Stephen Graham Jones book that's come out since we've been able to be on NetGalley.
Yeah.
And have been denied. This is the first one I've been approved for, and I think it's because I have the badge. So obviously that publisher cares about the badge, but Tor has had me review, I think, 3 of their books now.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got through that first like shell,
Yeah.
then I think they're like more into it.
Right.
So I think it just depends on the publisher, and it should be. I feel like it should be that way because it's harder for us who have only been reviewing for really less than a year
Yeah.
to keep an 80% badge when
Yeah, it's tough.
like I think I reviewed 11 books, so like that's good, but I have 4 that aren't due and 3 of them aren't due until after July.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
why
exactly.
I'm not going to read those right now. I'm going to wait until they're closer
Exactly.
so I can talk about them and people will want to buy them.
Yeah, and that you remember
yeah.
the content and like
Yeah.
Ay,
I don't get it.
silly.
Anyways, that's our weekly net gallery rant. I feel
Sorry.
like every week.
Sorry, NetGalley. We love and appreciate you so much. Thank you for letting us read your books.
Yeah, really. I do love getting to read arcs. But
Yeah.
your system's a little flawed and your app absolutely sucks.
Hire us.
Fix the app. Yeah. Do better.
Yeah, I would like to be hired as on your process improvement team. Hi.
Yeah.
It's my bread and butter.
Yeah. Actually, you need to go to Goodreads. I think Goodreads would be
Yeah, also Goodreads.
like Goodreads needs your help, I think, the most.
New endeavor for me. I will become a consultant for process improvement for reading applications.
Get hired by Goodreads. Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be a fun
side
career,
job.
actually.
Yeah,
That'd be a fun career. Yeah.
I would love to do that as a side job. I think that'd be so fun.
Oh, yeah. 100%. That'd be really cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, you should. You should.
ADHD be like.
Yeah, it probably. Yeah, I bet it pays decent too. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure that job exists, and I'm sure it pays well.
There's
So-
probably a market for it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I bet. Should we jump into beekeeping?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, the only beekeeping that I think we have to talk about is the fantastic news that the third Fourth Wing, I guess I don't know what that series is called, but I'm calling it the Fourth Wing series, is being published as of you're listening to this today on the 21st. Mm-hmm. It's being released. I'm very excited for it. I am almost certainly have bought the book by the time you're listening to this episode. I'm not going to go to a midnight release.
Aww.
I know I talked about it. I know. So I wanted to, and I really, really considered it. But the two things that are keeping me from it is that one, I have the other two virtually as ebooks. I was like, well, I'm not going to buy the third one physically if the other two are ebook. And then the other thing is that I have an event Tuesday where I have to leave my house by 6:30 in the morning to get to, like, I have to do an hour drive to get to a place by 7:30 in the morning.
That's fair.
So I was like, I'm not going to stay up till midnight and then not be able to read the book the next day. Like, cause I'll be busy all day. So I won't be able to read the book until the evening of the 21st. So not going to do a midnight release, but I am going to buy it definitely on Tuesday, and I'm excited to read it. I'm really excited to continue.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for you. I am still undecided on whether I want to actually read that book or not. But
I think I'll probably shoot you a text on Tuesday and be like, is it good? Is it bad?
Yep.
You know, we'll see what happens.
I was just going to say.
I hope so. I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
I'll inquire Cody for what the book is.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll talk about it on
deets.
the pod
Yes.
next week too.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. A book review. Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe I can cut this out, but maybe we should do it as a co-read.
Ooh, yeah.
We don't have to make that decision yet. We can wait and see.
Yeah. Well, I like that.
If you don't feel like you want to read it, then we don't have to read it, but
I'm going to see how big is it? How many pages?
Oh, I think it's beefy.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Let me look it up.
I'm curious to see if it's good or not. It's basically, I hate to say that, but it's true.
Man, did you notice everybody's going to Target to try to buy this book too? They're all trying to buy it early from Target.
No.
It's been all over TikTok for me. Like, people are going to Target every day hoping that they put it out early.
Well, yeah, because freaking Target does this dumb thing where, sorry, I'm going to go on a Target rant, I guess.
I'm ready.
They do this dumb thing because they did it to when I was trying to buy a certain someone a freaking limited edition pop, like the freaking figure things, and they had them on the shelf, and it was like not a very well organized shelf, so it wasn't like by the price tag or like the sign that it was like not to be sold. And I got all the way up to the freaking register, and I was like, they were scanning all my stuff, and the lady looks at me and she goes, I can't sell this to you. And I went, huh? She's like, no, this isn't even supposed to be out yet, and we can't sell it until like a week from now. And I was like, what do you mean you can't sell it for a week from now? It was on the shelf. What do you mean? And she was like, yeah, it shouldn't have even been out there, but, sometimes this happens because we get, like, limited or, like, new items, and they're, like, for certain release dates, blah, 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 because it's a special edition, And I was like, then you need to talk to somebody in the back, because they're stocking stuff. Problem. Yeah, they're stocking stuff that shouldn't be out, and I was going to buy this as a gift. And now the likelihood of me coming back and it not being there really high, and guess what? I went back and it was gone. When it was actually.
I can't believe they didn't let you buy it. I can't believe they didn't let you buy it.
Because
that's ridiculous. Because
it wasn't even to be out yet. Like, it wasn't released yet. And I talked to one of my friends that happens to be in the. I'm not gonna say what kind of wholesale place it is, but it's a pretty big conglomerate. And she said that it happens all the time at their store, and that people get really irritated about it, and like they know about stock and stuff like before it even gets there, but they just like can't say anything.
That's crazy. I mean, I know I've heard about it like at Barnes and Noble and stuff, where, and I get it. I get why it happens, because not everybody knows what Onyx Storm is, and they don't know that it should be not released yet.
Right.
And so if they just see a box of books and they're told it needs to go on the shelf, then they're going to do it,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So I get it. But like, if it's your fuck up, then the customer gets to buy it early. That's what happens. And I know people have bought books before their published date at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
So like, and that's just the way of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like if you luck out, then you luck out. I don't know what to tell you. But that's just the way
Exactly.
it should be. So that's irritating to me. That Target's like, oh no, sorry, you have to put that back and
They took it
wait
from
a
me.
week.
They straight up took it to me. They're like, we cannot sell you this, and put it in their little
That's
shelf.
crazy. That's
so
crazy.
I'd be so
I'd be like,
mad.
sorry, I'm gonna walk out of the store with this because it's not stealing since I can't buy it, right? Like,
It's not technically for sale, so bye.
yeah, it's free. See ya, deuces. Like, screw you, Target.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it was like, oh god, yeah, I was so mad, and I felt so embarrassed too because I was like,
Yeah,
I wasn't like
I'd be embarrassed. Yeah.
trying to make anyone weird. I saw it was on, and there was multiple. And the lady asked me, she was like, "Where did you find this?" And I was like, "It was literally on the shelf, literally on the shelf." She was like,
"That's insane."
Yeah, she was
That's
shocked.
insane.
I was like, "I'm a shopper. I shop,
Wow.
and I pick things off the shelf, put it in my cart.
Yep.
That's how that
It's
works."
like I saw it on a shelf and then I put it in my cart.
Yeah.
And then I came here and now you're yelling at me.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
fuck you.
Exactly.
lady. It is 540 pages,
Holy
which is
fuck.
Yep. It is 100 pages less than Iron Flame. So it's shorter than Iron
God.
Flame, longer than Fourth Wing. Still kind of a beefy book.
Jesus.
So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
But you know, yeah, I mean, I'm stoked for the book. The cliffhanger for Iron Flame
Yeah.
was so palpable.
Facts.
And it's wintertime. I love to read fantasy in the winter. In, you know, like a beefy fantasy wintertime
fair.
kind of matches. I wish I could take the day off. I really do. But the event that I'm going to is really important, so I can't. But
Dang.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
That's fun.
It's going to be a book. It's going to be a book. No matter what, it's going to be a book. That's 100% true.
Either way,
So.
it's a mark on the like completed books list.
It is. And I've heard that Rebecca Yarros is taking a break between this book and the next one.
Good.
So, which is good. So, and I'll talk, maybe this is a little bit of a tangent, but we're going to talk about TikTok anyways today. So, on TikTok, I saw her interview. Apparently, she had written the first book and it was in edits at the publisher while she was writing and basically finishing book 2.
Dang.
And they published book 1. Book 2 was at the editing stage, and I think she was writing book 3 at this time. And then they're like, oh, why don't we speed up the process of publishing book 2 because the first book took off thanks to TikTok. So like, why don't we speed up this and maximize the, you know, investment?
Profits, yeah.
Yeah, and so they did that, and then she was already pretty much done with book 3, but they decided to wait a little bit longer, and so she was basically writing 3 books in a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is so much. And these are like, I mean, Fourth Wing I think is 400 and some odd pages. Iron Flame's huge.
Yeah.
Onyx Storm is pretty big. So that's a lot of books to write, or a lot of words to write in a year, basically. 2 years, maybe.
Whatever motivation she was on or having or had, I would like that. I would like some of that.
too.
I would like a minute piece of that because hot damn.
Yeah. I can't even write a short story. I had
Yeah.
this idea for short story. Well, multiple. I've talked about some on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I have yet to sit down and write any of them. So,
Yeah, me too. I actually have, that's on my New Year's bingo card. One of my things that I would like to complete is to write a book. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't got the time. Or the motivation.
it's tough. It's tough. You know what, though? We've talked about this before. NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month.
Should do that.
So they have one in November. That's the official one, right? That you have to write, I
yeah.
think it's 50,000 words in 30
Ridiculous,
days.
but yeah.
There's a camp like in April, I think, or maybe March, where it's like an unofficial NaNoWriMo where you write, but there's no like deadline that you have to like do for the challenge. Yeah. Maybe we should do that.
We should do that. What is
look into it.
NaNoWriMo?
NaNoWriMo
That.
is National Novel Writing Month.
Okay. Well, we can
So-
do that, but March.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, that works because I feel like I haven't figured out my whole plan for the year yet, but I think November is going to be a busy month for me. Actually, yeah,
You're thinking ahead.
November's going to be busy. Yeah, I have to plan my year out for like conferences and shit. So
That's fair.
yeah, I don't remember why November was a busy month for me. Oh, it's because I fucking moved. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Duh. Stupid.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing too
Plus
big.
my favorite holidays in November. So
Yeah. Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Ew.
I love Thanksgiving. Yeah, my favorite holiday. It's because of the food. I love to cook the food.
That's
That's
fair.
the only reason.
That's fair.
And like hanging out with family.
Yeah.
I like that too. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Not February. Valentine's is mine.
Yes, and that's coming up.
I know. I'm so excited. I love Valentine's
It's
Day.
right
I
around
love
the
love.
corner. Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Hell yeah.
We are chopping
So sorry.
2025 up this episode. We are like planning so far ahead for this whole year live.
You're welcome, listeners. Get the inside scoop into our life.
Get that inside scoop. Yeah. Anyways, I'm excited for Onyx Storm, obviously, because I'm talking about it. It's gonna be really fun. No matter what, I think it's gonna be interesting read. So we'll see if I continue with the series after this one. But at least she's got me for one more. She's got me hooked on one more book. So we'll see how it goes. Well, should we just go ahead and jump straight into the main event today because we've already started talking about it?
Yeah.
This is, like I said, it's Friday the 17th, so something could change between now and next week.
Yeah.
As you're listening to this, but TikTok is set to be shut down in America on Sunday the 19th, which means Booktok is shutting down, and it is a very surreal moment because I have to say I think the reason I got back into reading was because of Booktok.
Yeah. Same.
During the pandemic, I saw a bunch of people reading and decided to jump back into it. Sarah J. Maas, Fourth Wing, so many authors I've learned through Booktok. Indie authors, indie bookstores I've learned about through Booktok. There are so many indie bookstores and indie authors that get their stuff blown up on Booktok. And this is probably the end of it, and I'm really sad about it.
Yeah. There's like a few creators that which I'm gonna be spending some of my weekend doing, is going in and following all of the creators that I love and enjoy watching on whatever platforms I can. I'm trying to not to get like so political on here, but I'm trying not to do it on Instagram or Facebook or like other Meta or like X. I'm trying to stay away from the billionaires as much as possible.
100%.
If you have been on TikTok for any amount of time, then you might know about how that kind of influenced a lot of this. Obviously, including, freedom of speech and us having a place to gather as well, as citizens who didn't have a place to gather. I feel like a lot of our third spaces got taken away during the pandemic and never came back because they just couldn't afford it or whatever. And then when we after that, then we fucking turned to TikTok. Well, at least I turned to TikTok during the pandemic. Pandemic Lovato.
The pandy.
The Pandini.
The panini.
The panini. The panini.
Yep. Me too.
But so anyways, to circle back to my point.
So anyways, there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties.
Exactly.
Rip Vine. Another
R.I.P. Gone too soon. Gone but not forgotten.
Oh man.
But like, I mean, I also let me finish that first thought. I'm gonna go find the followers, find the people, the creators that I followed, and find them on other platforms that they have, whether that's YouTube or Blue Sky or freaking who knows. And then, because I'm gonna really miss those people, and I want to make sure that I'm still continuing to support them and follow them in other places. The second thought that I had just now about that was something, and I forgot. So, welcome to having ADHD.
Yep. Deuces. Yeah. And I even, because we talked about the topic for this episode literally like an hour before
Yep.
we were recording. So I was going to try to parse together some TikTokers and like talk about where they're going, but there is no consensus on where people are going.
Yeah.
Post
Truly.
Booktok. I feel like people are saying Instagram or YouTube, which they've already been there before. And I'll say it, I do not like BookTube at all.
No.
The content there is just not for me. For one, it's just, I don't like watching YouTube very much.
Yeah.
And the videos are so long, which is just, I don't know, it's just not for me. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
So Instagram, like, we have a presence there, but it's not something that I enjoy getting onto very often.
Yeah.
And it's also, it doesn't hit the same.
It's not the
And then
same.
there's the new app, Red Note.
Oh, I love that.
think is what it's called. Have you tried it?
I have not tried it,
Okay.
but I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it in Chinese.
Oh, I haven't heard.
Hongshu. Fuck. What was the first part? It's something Hongshu. Or Shangshu? Something Shu. I sound very ignorant right now. Let me look it up because I don't like being
I don't
ignorant.
know. Well, Red Note, is that what it's called in English?
It's
Red Note?
everyone's calling it Red Note, but I think the like more better translation, I don't know, is Little Red Book.
Oh, okay. Well, that actually makes it more exciting for me. I don't know why. But I like it better that way than Red Note. Red Note sounds like a Republican
I
like
agree.
Reddit, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I don't like how
Sounds
everyone's
really
calling it Red
bad.
Note.
I don't either.
What the fuck is it called? In Chinese. Xiao Hongshu. I hope if I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm going to trust it.
But, okay, sorry, also to tangent a little bit. People are straight up learning Mandarin on that, and I would love to also learn Mandarin, so, like, I might just download it simply for that.
Wait, is this true?
Yeah, because it's mostly, like, Chinese speaking app. And as far as I understand from TikTok, that I learned from TikTok, is that when a bunch of people from US people migrated from TikTok to this new app, they like almost immediately were like, shit, we need to put some English on here.
Yeah.
And people were just navigating it, being like, well, this looks right. And people, it was all in Chinese. So people were like, well, I guess I fucking will learn Chinese. Unless it's just like a big funny joke on TikTok, which if I'm fucking wrong, then I'm wrong, then whatever. But as far as I understand it from the creators that I follow on TikTok that have talked about it, yeah, people are like straight up learning Chinese, which is awesome. I love it.
That is cool. I love that idea. I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
I have not heard this, but I've heard about people going to Red. I'm going to call it Red Note because I don't know any better, I guess, right now. But I've heard that people are going to it. I haven't seen Booktok people specifically saying they're going to Red Note. So that's kind of what's making me nervous about the specific Booktok situation.
Yeah.
But I did get a Mandarin like workbook, and I wanted to learn Mandarin, so maybe. I was literally going to say right before you told me this that I don't think I'm going to download the app, but now that you say this, I might look into it and download it because I don't know. For me, I've just learned I don't really like social media that much, and I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
TikTok for me was a way to like decompress and watch funny videos. It was like a Vine replacement for me for the last like 2-3 years. So that's kind of what I wanted. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I will, with this new information, think about it more. But I don't feel like Booktok is going to turn into Book Note or whatever, Red Book. I don't know what the little cute lingo is going to be for it, but I don't think it's going to be there. And this is really detrimental to booksellers. Like even Barnes & Noble was in a downhill spiral because of the book industry being the way it was before the pandemic and before TikTok. So like Barnes and Noble, indie bookstores all over the place, indie authors, so many amazing authors got their start because of Booktok. Rebecca Yarros is one of them.
Yeah.
God, who's the author of Legends and Lattes? I can't think of his name right now.
I can look it up real quick.
Travis Baldree.
Yes.
He got his book notified because of Booktok and how everybody loved the cover. It was self-published book, had, I think it did okay, but it wasn't very well, realized. And then everybody saw the cover and loved it, and it got bought by Tor and got republished. And now there's a sequel, and he's a great author doing great things. Like his whole world got changed because of Booktok.
Yeah.
And that's just one story out of like hundreds I've seen. I've seen a guy, his daughter posted videos of him writing his book, and he's been writing like 12 books, and they've never been identified. And after his Booktok page blew up, he made a lot of money off his books.
Wow.
Well, I don't know about a lot, but he made enough to be like excited about it and be enjoying himself as an author. So like, this is what's happening because our government sucks.
Yeah. I wouldn't have known about freaking Piper CJ. Wouldn't have even known about her. I
really?
found her on
Wow.
TikTok because and it wasn't even her book stuff. It was her other content that she was posting at the time. And then because I followed her and because I liked what she was like talking about, because she would talk about like folklore and shit. And she then started talking about her books, and I was like, holy shit, that's really cool. And I just like was like, well, I'll support her because I really like seeing her on TikTok. And then
Wow.
I like the impact, and this is something that like grinds my gears and pisses me off so much, or is like the most saddest thing about this happening, is that like despite the misinformation, which don't get me wrong, there was misinformation on TikTok, but it's kind of also across lots of platforms.
I mean, it's worse on Facebook than it is on TikTok.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like people made communities off of this freaking app. People came together. People found hobbies. People made a living. There was so many people who used it as like supplemental income for like their daily lives, even when they had jobs. Like even people who have jobs, even currently have jobs, they would use TikTok as like an outlet, a creative outlet, a community outlet, and like in a way that we've never seen before. Like I feel like it gave the same vibes as like when like Instagram first started, or like when freaking like MySpace, you know what I mean? Like maybe not as toxic,
it was
but...
it felt like a MySpace vibe, right? Like everyone was on it, everyone was excited about it. I agree. I agree with that completely.
But some shit.
No, it is it's frustrating because this is like infringement on free speech.
That too.
And it's just not the way it should be in America. It stands against everything like our country should stand for. There are so many worse things for the government to be taken care of. There's that song going viral on TikTok right now that's literally talking about this point. And there's a reason it's going viral. It's because it's true. Their government can't even fund its budget. Like they're still trying to fund the budget for 2025, and they're coming together to ban TikTok. Like this should be the last thing on your mind. The first thing on your mind should be doing your fucking job. And just like literally funding what you're supposed to be doing. But you can't even do that. So it's entirely frustrating.
It's sad to see, and I think that people need to be more informed. And they need to understand that when the Supreme Court makes decisions like this, on any decision really, there's this thing called precedence that it sets. And not only does it take a lot to take it back for them to like undo, kind of like how they like put Roe v. Wade and then they appealed it. Or appealed. Anyways, they
repealed.
When they made this decision, it's not just TikTok. it's other what anything that in as far as I understand, don't quote me. Anything that's deemed a foreign adversary now now has precedence for them to just take it away based on that fact alone. So it's not just TikTok. Like, just saying. It's not just TikTok.
Yeah, no, I think it does it sets it so that any foreign like app could potentially get banned.
Yeah.
And that's really bad. I mean, if you think about like everyone's playing Pokemon Pocket right now.
Yeah.
Which I don't know the app specifically who owns it, but like Nintendo is not an American company, it's a Japanese company. And so if the United States decides that, Nintendo products can't be in America, like this is not good.
Yeah.
Not good for anybody.
Yeah.
This is a bad precedent. And I agree. It does set a precedent. It does make it easier for our government to tell us what we can and can't do.
Yep.
And I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I hope to God that there's some sort of Hail Mary. I really do. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be. Because at this point, especially, and not to be like totally cynical, this sounds so cynical, but like I'm holding on to every little piece of hope that I can right now.
Yeah.
I'm having
Give
like
us
2016 flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It's so true. It's so true.
So just, and
it's rough. It's rough.
Support the authors, support the Booktok creators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow the people that you can from Booktok. Even if they're on an app that maybe you don't like if they're on YouTube, go like a bunch of their videos. Even if you don't watch them, just go like a bunch of their videos. That helps them. If you are following a bunch of indie bookstores, which I am, by the way, I'll follow a shit ton, of indie bookstores. I follow a shit ton of indie bookstores. Please go like their stuff, or if you can, go buy a book from them online.
Yeah.
Most of them have an online book presence where you can buy books from them. Go do that so that they get some help, because I really do think we are going to start seeing a trend where indie bookstores start going out of business again, which is the exact opposite direction we should be going.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It really sucks. When we need free speech the most, I would say in America, is when we're losing this, and I think it's really, really bad. So
yeah. Well, and
it's not good.
On that note, though, this is just what my brain thought, but like, I don't know, indie bookstores maybe now's the time to be making that third space. Now's the time to be pushing for like, I don't know, fucking read nights, book club nights, freaking
anything. Yeah.
Put a goddamn coffee machine and start selling coffee. Although get your food handlers from it and that shit's first. But you know, like, I mean, now we gotta do what we can to help support each other, because I feel like that's the one takeaway that I got from TikTok is how important community is. There's a few other takeaways that I got from TikTok, but you know, community is important. Build your community, fortify your community.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. I hope something does fill in this void and make it so that like bookstores and authors can still be supported. I hope publishers do stuff to fix this. I really do. I hope the trend stays the way it's going now, but we'll see. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I did see a separate podcast that I don't know the name of. Maybe I'll look it up. But each podcast episode is looking at an indie bookstore. Like they go visit it and talk to the owners. It's really cool. And there's a few that are in my new area that they've been to. So I have those downloaded. I haven't listened to them yet, but I'm really excited to.
That's so cool.
And so, you know, if you're in a town, like if you have an indie bookstore in your town, which a lot of people do, go visit it. If you have a neighboring town with indie bookstores, go visit them. Like it's worthwhile. And that includes used bookstores, which we don't really talk about a lot, but used bookstores also deserve all the love. So I'm looking to see if I can pull up this episode or this podcast.
Yeah, I agree. There's a few used bookstores in one of the towns over from where I live. And I've actually never set foot in them. because I don't know, they're just not ever on my radar.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll make a point this year to step into one and support it. And
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
This podcast is called Bookstore Explorer.
That's cool.
And Matt Browning is the host. I've listened to just a couple episodes. I've enjoyed them. It's a really fun podcast. You can find it. It's on Spotify. I'm sure it's on a bunch of other places too. So yeah, go check it out. Do what you can to support indie bookstores.
Yeah.
I make a point to visit indie bookstores when I travel. Haley's seen my bookmark collection.
Oh, yeah.
I try to get a bookmark from all my bookstores. And yeah, it's fun. So go do it.
Hell yeah. And man, we should like link up with this person.
Should.
That'd be
It'd
fun.
be fun to do a crossover episode. Yeah. I don't know for sure. I think he lives in this area because there's a lot of bookstores like in my vicinity. Like not close, but close. You know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. So maybe I'll see what's up.
Yeah, go meet him at like a coffee shop. Old school.
That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be really fun. Well, Haley, do you have any last words for our maybe book talk send off?
I don't know. Live long and prosper. Excelsior. TikTok, we love you.
Yeah. Thank you, TikTok, for everything you've done.
Yeah.
For not just the book community, but like
the
cooking community. I've watched a lot of cooking videos. I've watched a lot of like car repair videos, like how-tos, all of that. Like there's so much on there that was really helpful. A lot that was hurtful. I will say, like, we're not talking about the bad side of TikTok, which there's definitely some bad content on there, but there's also a lot of good content on there. So
yeah. But I feel like that also comes with like our freedom of speech. Sometimes that speech is going to be something that you don't agree with or you don't like. No. And I feel like as long as you're not impending on other people or like hurting other people directly or it's hate speech, you have a right to be there. So
yep, 100%. I agree with that completely. Yeah. Well, I hope that next week when we record, there is still a book talk. Maybe there will be. We don't know. But thank you for everything, Book Talk. You've been great. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Our devoted listeners who are here for us every week. If you'd like to, you could give us a review on your podcast listening app. That would be really helpful. We appreciate it. You can also email us and tell us what you think about the Book Talk ban and about Book Talk in general. Our email is booksandbeespod@gmail.com. Our Instagram is @booksandthebeespod. And maybe you want to tell us about a new book app that we should check out.
Yeah.
Because Book Talk might be defunct. So if you have any leads, let us know by reaching out to us on those. I also give a shout out to the American Indie for the use of their song Rendezvous. It's the intro and outro to our podcast. It's a bop. They have great TikToks. So if TikTok is still around, you can go check out their TikTok or you can follow their link to Spotify, which is always in our show notes. So go give them a listen.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. We're ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this literary journey as much as we did. If you're buzzing with excitement, don't forget to subscribe, email us, and leave a high five-worthy review on your podcast listening app. Until next time, happy reading, and may your shelves be filled with tales as enchanting as a blooming garden. Keep the buzz alive, and we'll catch you in the next chapter. Bye for now.